Hey guys, Joel's coming at you with another reasoning session, and today I'm going to be talking about what we do in the physical sense and whether or not that's actually what Source is looking for from us, or whether we're just wasting our time.
Come now and let us reason together. Come now, we can talk it over.
So if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more like content. I make videos like this pretty much every day, and this message is accelerating and it's getting out for those of us that are ready to receive it. No matter what YouTube does with shadow banning, there are also other platforms I post, and the links are down in the description below. But with that out of the way, I'm going to jump straight into it. I have a few verses that say the same thing from different parts of the Hebrew scriptures. And firstly, we're just going to jump right into the oracles of Isha, where Yahweh straight up says, "To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he-goats." You see, so a lot of people think, oh, Yahweh is just a God that demands sacrifice. That's what he needs to satiate him. But look at what he's saying right here. And this is in the Hebrew canon, the Old Testament. He goes on to say straight up, "Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies," basically astrological times, "I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. Your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hates. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them." You know, so a lot of times we think like we're doing good and we're getting in tune with the times and we're observing the new moons and the full moons and all these different things when certain planets are in retrograde and when the sun's in certain signs. But Source is saying that, you know, all that's unnecessary. You're doing it as a labor and not allowing me to flow through you. And of course, the whole Torah is based on the law that's given to Moses, and it all exemplifies, you know, sacrifices and what to do when this condition isn't right, or other circumstances are met, or other sins are committed, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, if you're just observing that as an act, if you're just observing that on the outside and your heart's not in the right place, Source isn't going to be able to utilize that and actually take you out of that paradigm and move you forward. You know, the prophet Irmiyah says the same thing. "To what purpose comes there to me incense from Sheba, and the sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me." You know, he's saying the same thing. You take all this care and making sure your rituals are going right, but your heart is still not changed. You're not putting your paradigms in the right place. In the 40th Tehillim, David says, "Sacrifice and offering you don't desire. My ears have you opened, burnt offering and sin offering have you not required." Wait, what? I thought that was what Yahweh did require in the Levitical law. But David is saying his ears have been opened, even though he's living in this culture where this is the paradigm. He's saying, obviously, this is not what Yahweh requires. Yahweh requires a sincere turning. You know, that fullness in restoring what I put out will be what I get back. I just don't want to put on an outward show or just do the motions just to satisfy the ritual. I want to really get my heart in the right place and make sure that's fixed so that I can move forward into the right thing. And once again, we come back to the oracles of the prophet Joel, where he basically says this outright. After the decimation, after everything's destroyed, he says, "Turn ye even to me," Yahweh speaking, "with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning." But don't do this as an outward show. He goes on to say, "And rend your heart, and not your garments, and turn unto Yahweh your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repents him of the evil." So Yahweh, of course, represents that cyclical justice. Basically, the embodiment of what you put out is what you get back. Seed time, harvest. And when we change the seeds that we're planting, both physically and energetically, when we come to situations, you know, we might be treating people nicely, but inside we're just seething with rage. And that's what Yahweh wants changed. He wants us to change our hearts. And from there, we can actually access that magnitude of what Source is trying to bring to us and actually restore us to our former glory, where we were actually functioning as Source in this earth. So it's not about the physical motions, although those will manifest as signs once we get our heart in the right place. So tap into Source today and actually know that you're capable of manifesting these things no matter what your circumstances, no matter what physical methods are at your disposal or not at your disposal. You can do this no matter what, because Source is in you and working through you and into the world, creating the utopia that we know we've come here to experience. That is not just nice words for positive thinking. We are literally manifesting the kingdom of heaven on the earth, because we are agents in place, acting as Source in the earth. So I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'll check you in the next reasoning sesh. Joel signing out once again. Agape, Salaam, Namaste, Shalom.